good fish. Bad timing on the phone call, but luckily I noticed the fish. Huh. Give me a fucking break. Unbelievable. Holy shit. That's a fucking fish. That's a fucking fish. Don't lose this guy.
Messages error image.
Don't lose this guy. Don't look at that fish. Jesus fucking Christ. Look at this fucking fish. Holy shit. My fucking God. This is my new favorite jig. First time using it. Holy shit. My fucking God. The fucking mouth on this thing. Holy shit. Fuck yes. All right, guys. It's a beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. Oh man, I was thinking that was going to be even bigger. By the feel of that thing, rip and drag, and the size of its mouth when it came out of the water, I thought, it flashed through my head, I thought it could be in that PB area, but wasn't, by a long shot, unfortunately. But that's all right, got me excited. So that actually is the biggest fish I've caught out of that lake. I actually fished this lake only because I know the water warms up a little earlier, and I thought I'm pretty much held just 3 and 4 pounders, and I was just totally content with just catching fish a little earlier. That goes to show I'm confident all these lakes hold big fish, all of them. I don't care if they hold bass, there are some big ones in there. Every lake that I've actually focused on and spent time on, I've caught big fish on. It's just a matter of putting in the time, and you'll find them. So I wanted to share a couple takeaways from this this day of fishing. It's actually a very tough day. Bite was not good, and I had to actually work for the 2 fish that I got. They weren't willing to come out and hit my bait. They're way up shallow, and they were just not willing to come out. I fished the outside of these woody areas. Being super safe with my cast, not trying to lose a bunch of gear if they're not biting, and I could not get them to cooperate. And so I got a little ballsy on some brush that I was on, and yeah, I just skipped all up in there. I just skipped a jig. That needed to happen. Boom, and it got taken right away. Boom, and I think I actually lost the first fish I hooked up on. But it at least told me that they were deep. And then bam, I caught that big fish. and I used a finesse jig. I think it wasn't this exact jig, but I'm pretty sure it was this size. 1/4 ounce, black and blue, just a little trailer on there. These fish are sort of spooky and they're scared of too much commotion. So you just gotta dial it down a little bit, use some finesse tactics, and since I'm such a jig fanatic, I just end up using a finesse jig or just a 1/4 ounce pitching jig or something like that. And actually this is only applicable to super shallow water because the fish are setting in the shallow, so they're right near the surface. So when that bait hits the water right above them, that can spook them. Now if they're deep in 6 foot of water, hanging on some wood, and you throw a big jig right on top of them, it's less likely to spook them because they're a little further away. Now, but if you're throwing it right up in 6 inches of water, foot of water, that's when size, I think, needs to be reduced. So there's a little bit situational there, but in general, when they're spooky, I'll just tie on a 1/4 ounce and cast carefully everywhere. I don't even bother going upsizing. And the same thing goes to moving baits, and that's what you throw when they're like they were today. Of course, when that's not the case, chatterbait. So I would say chatterbait when they're more active, and that'll get a big bite. And I downsize, actually not necessarily downsize, same size, but I go swim jig when they're a little finicky, and when they're very finicky, I downsize the swim jig and throw a smaller paddle tail on the back. Anyway, I hope these tips help. I don't want to ramble on too long, but yeah, and I'm just happy to help, and I hope I help a couple of you. And if you think any of my information is useful, it would be helpful. Leave a like so I know I'm helping some people out. And I'll keep dropping a few videos here and there, and as this season heats up, I imagine I'll have some more nice catches like today, and some good tips to go along with them. Tight lines, guys, and I'll see you next time.